Oh, it's done.
Hey!
Laughing, talking about EXO.
It's so loud.
Everything for EXO Radio.
By the way, that's my voice. If you guys don't know, we should record like a new theme song.
Can we record a rap version? Can we all rap?
Yeah. I can rap, but not in English. I can rap in Chinese and Korean, but I don't know what I'm saying. I just know how to.
You just make sounds. That's how I rap in Korean. I just make a lot of sounds. And they sound like words.
But I do know the words, but it doesn't make sense to me unless I go to the translation. But we should definitely record.
Rap intro.
Be like Chanyo. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So today, hi.
Episode of I Have a Thing for EXO Radio. Hi. We are here. Who are we?
Again.
Oh, Momo's coming in.
Oh, whoa. She doesn't even know it's live.
We're back for another round. We're all wearing glasses. Oh my god!
We're
These
all
aren't even real.
Mine aren't real.
Mine's real.
I don't wear glasses.
Same.
I mean, I work
online for $12.
Yes, bargain.
Mine's like 100 plus or whatever. It's prescription glasses. All blind people should know. Okay. Anyways, this episode is so scandalous, guys.
I know. I was reading it and I was like, "Oh my god, why do people make these weird assumptions?" I don't.
Oh, we'll talk about it later.
I know, it's crazy. I got my salt and vinegar chips. I'm ready to party.
Super Bowl. I'm not a fan, but I know some of you guys will be Super Bowl fans, and later on you will be watching this.
Oh, it's live! I didn't even realize.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, can I have a quick question for Super Bowl? Is it just 2 teams that play, or is it like a lot of teams that play?
No, just 2.
Yeah. It's like
the finals.
Game. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like the most American day of the year. Like, it's football, people drink beer, capitalism. There's all these famous celebrities.
Capitalism.
Like, it's like such a... I mean, because of the ads and stuff. It's the most American day of the year.
Can I ask another question? Momo, do you know what cricket is?
Yeah.
Like
it
the sport?
Looks confusing and weird as heck, but yeah, the sport. I am aware of what cricket is.
Okay. Well,
I don't know what it is.
It's, I don't know.
Okay, I'm educated, okay?
Educated.
Well, is it like a sport consisting of a ball or what?
Yeah.
I'll show you. I'll Google it for you.
So weird.
Let me just
Happy Super Bowl Sunday. My favorite football team.
This is cricket, if you can see it, Mercy.
So
so you have
like... I used to live in Virginia. And people play that.
What?
I thought... No,
it's the sport in the whole world, and I hate it, but all of Australia love it, so...
I thought it's
really
like...
weird.
I thought it's like a different version of baseball.
No.
It's like, most people think that, but it's really different from baseball, and I would say it's more confusing than baseball.
Very confusing. Yeah.
Like, I'm not a sports person, but I, get baseball.
That's what they do.
Yeah. My favorite football team is when EXO, during Love Me Right era, did that, you know, it was Chanyeol, Chen, Kai, and Baekhyun.
That was great.
And just went, ready, let's go. And instead of hiking it, which is where you toss it in between your legs, he just threw it up in the air. Baekhyun couldn't see through his helmet, so he tried to catch it and missed. It was so good. It was a good day.
I also have
That
a
was a good
favorite soccer team. It's also
Soccer.
EXO. Soccer anyway. We
Yeah.
should get right on to this. Talking about
Okay.
sports, oh my god.
Okay, enough about sports. We're about scandals today, ladies and gents and
Scandals.
others. Respected guests.
I have a panda.
I thought we were starting.
Yeah, come on, Jenny, let's go.
Did you guys know, Dio kind of looks like he hates the members. I don't
We're
think
gonna
he
talk
hates the
about
members.
scandals.
Or just the
Okay,
members in
scandals
general.
/ rumors.
Yeah. Dio, first of all, he kind of looks like he kind of has a
Scowls.
thing for Kai, but like he hates the other members. Like not hate the other members, just punching them and just looking at them with the evil eyes. What do you guys think about that?
He actually
I
said
think
in the
that-
interview the reason for his like evil eyes is
It's because he has
like-
stigmatism.
yeah. So like when
Yeah.
he looks at things, he needs to like really,
get
really
that
concentrate.
fixed. Get
Yeah.
that fixed.
I think SM just doesn't have the time and don't want to spend the money, which is like
Yeah. That sucks
Bro.
though. I don't even know like when astigmatism ensues, but it doesn't seem like fun.
yeah. So he has
But
to
when you-
squint a lot.
But when he wears the glasses in airports, he's really nice. I don't know. I like it.
Yeah. So that's when he
I
can
support
like,
it.
see
I
properly.
support it. All of us
Steve-
are glasses supporters, as you can see. We're big fans of glasses here. I have a thing for EXO.
I think Kai also has some kind of condition, and then he doesn't want to wear glasses on. No, and then he said it's gonna make it's gonna make him look ugly, and he doesn't want fans to see that.
Yeah.
Something like that. Why? I think
just,
it's
like,
adorable.
Fashion choice? I don't know. But now he wears them, so it's like, okay, that's fine. Whatever. I'm fine with that. Okay. Next one. On the list.
Momo, why don't you start that?
Okay. So there have been so many different accounts of different members like Luhan, Lei, Chris, Chenyol, Seon, Schumann, Chen, Baekhyun, Suho, making like colorist comments on Tao or Kai's dark skin. And Baekhyun was an Iljin before his debut. What's an Iljin?
It's a bully. It's like a Korean like
Oh, where did they get that?
I don't know. It's
That's like-
rumors. It's things that people.
Yeah, these are okay. These aren't scandals. These are just like rumors.
Yeah.
I think it's just because of Beckin's really loud personality. I think people sometimes misunderstand him as bullying them, but really it's
Yeah.
just for fun. But I can't really like say for sure.
Yeah,
I'm just saying it's
and
just his
also-
personality.
Yeah, and this was also before his debut, and of course before then he was of course a kid, and I'm sure he's definitely matured and like has definitely learned to like be more courteous to people and like of course to watch his actions and watch his words. So I mean, I think a hot topic or whatever is like what am I trying to say? Members like Baekhyun and Chenyol being like framed as like these bullies and these like colorist people, and of course like maybe some of these remarks and statements are true, but of course like you have to let people learn their mistakes, learn that what they're saying isn't right and that their actions do have consequences, but of course let them learn from their mistakes and grow as a person and mature, because I think that's way more important than just like slandering them and being rude to them, and especially if you like support them.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But like on the colorist statements, it's so common in Asia to want to be white. So it's not like just because they think that that's something they can pick on. It's actually something that is constantly discussed among the media as well as like within families. Like whenever I head back to China, like my dad actually calls me dirty when I'm tanned because he thinks that's like a bad thing for your skin. You're
Oh
supposed to
my
be like
god.
porcelain and pristine and white, and anything else is like an imperfection. So it's like it's almost an obsession with having whiter and clearer skin. And like if you watch a lot of Korean variety shows about beauty, they always talk about whitening products and stuff like that. So it's not just because they just talk about it, it's also because it's a bit of an obsession in Asia.
Yes.
So,
I
yeah.
I lived in the Philippines before I came here at like 13 years old, and they're always obsessed with whitening stuff like papaya soap.
Yeah.
And there are two types of Filipinos, like the really dark ones or the white ones, and I'm one of the fairer ones. And all of my cousins are dark, but it's like it's not it doesn't matter to me, but I don't know. Lately, they've just been obsessed with the glutathione and the papaya
Yeah.
soap, but it's nothing. It's just I think it's just the culture here, and
Yeah.
people would have to understand that. I think the Western people, well, that includes me, but like people
Yeah.
who think that it's racist, it's not racist there. It's not a big issue,
Yeah.
but it just depends on the
Yeah.
person if it's offensive.
Neither of them are a different race, so it's not racist.
And of course, like my bias is Kai, and I love his skin. And Tao is my second one, and I love their skin. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Okay,
Yeah.
continuing. More rumors. This is gonna be like a kind of sad, weird, ridiculous episode, I
Ginny,
think.
Somebody
you're
said
up
it.
next.
I read a post and I was like, guys, what do you want to talk about? And the first one was like about scandals. So I was like,
Who said
well,
that?
Okay.
you ask and I shall deliver. So,
I'm
yeah.
not gonna eat this cut.
We gotta talk about it sooner or later, guys. Come on. It's not all
Yeah.
fairies and rainbows in EXO. Lots
True.
of
We all have dark pasts.
dark pasts.
We're entering
Alright,
the
should we move on to the
dungeon.
next one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well,
Ma'am.
gonna talk about so within Korean culture, honor is and like respecting your elders is like a huge thing. So like even when I go to so my best friend's Korean, so whenever I go to her house, I like have to tone down the way I talk to her parents because like if I'm with anybody else, I'm like I can be loud and whatever. But like with them, I know I have to be extra careful and respectful like in their presence, only because it could offend them. So one of the things that they always talk about with EXO, and as a rumor, is that like Sehun and Tao are really, really rude and nobody respects So. Like they always make fun of him and that he has no respect. So yeah, what are your thoughts? Do you think this is true, or do you think they're just acting, or is
I
it
think
another thing that exaggerating?
I think there was one interview where Sue said that whenever he calls all the members to a family meeting every weekend or something, he's like the other member said. I think it's Becken who said that it's hard to talk about stuff when they're prompted to, and it's not like a natural thing, because I think Suho's approach as a leader is to just say like, okay, can we talk about this? Like, can we talk about that? And it's not like the other members are bringing it up naturally, so it's really awkward sometimes. I mean, if you think about it, if I was in a group and this person who was in my group, who's not like the oldest one, but he's just like one of the oldest one, but he's not the oldest, and he would say like, can we talk about this? I would feel awkward as well, but I just think that's who's doing a great job as a leader. That's all I wanted to say. But I do see why it's awkward to have those family meetings, but it's also helpful. I think it made them stronger. I think they're stronger than before, I would think. What do you guys think?
Well,
I
I think
agree with Mercy.
yeah, but like every group, like if you look across K-pop, not all groups have the elders as their leader because companies don't often pick the elders as the leader. They pick who they think will be the most like reasonable person who's
Yeah,
good
and
dealing with
mainly, and
people.
also the person
Yeah.
who was trained the longest.
People who's trained the longest, not always necessarily, but there's like obviously different factors they look into
It's a trend.
when picking a leader. So I feel like if Suho was picked as a leader, there's a reason he was picked as a leader. I think the reason he leads those meetings like that is because I don't feel like living with 12 boys, and if they had any issues, like I think we all know as girls, like I'm just gonna say, like, boys aren't always the best at communicating how they feel. Like if you had 12 girls in a group and there was a fallout,
Dude, we're
like,
just gonna have a cat fight.
well, like at first they're all going, well, I
Back
think blah blah blah
talking.
blah. Like I can't imagine like these 12 boys sitting there and then one of the boys going, okay, well the other day Kai said this and it really really hurt my feelings. Like I don't feel
I
like,
don't know what you said,
yeah.
but I felt like you were coming for me.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what you said. You really hurt my
Quote.
feelings. I'm feeling
Yeah.
very attacked.
Yeah, and quote, he said this. So like I feel like the
Going to
reason he
Australia.
leads the way he leads is because if he doesn't ask them to say stuff, I don't feel like they will say stuff. And I guess that's awkward, but for us I reckon it comes more naturally. So I guess it's just what he has to do in order to get them to talk. But yeah, I agree. I think he's doing a great job. I think it's really, really tough on him. He's like leading one of the biggest groups in K-pop at the moment.
But what
And
do you
they've gone through
guys?
so much crap. So I think he's doing the best that he can
But don't
for the best of the group. So
but don't you guys think that he has more of the initiative to lead the group, unlike Chris? Because I remember in EXO Showtime he was saying, "Oh, I'm the
Just
leader." I
left,
feel like,
so
well, I know, but I think when they
yeah, before
both
that.
of them were together, I guess there was like uh what do you call this? Like attention, not attention, but like tension. There's tension between
Yeah.
them, like who should lead the whole thing and not have like two leaders. I would think that's really like just a pressure. I don't know.
well, we can talk about that later because that's actually one of the other topics that
Oh,
is on the
whoops.
list. So no, keep that
Oh
in the back of your head because
snap.
there's like lots to
Oh
say on this one
snap.
about
Oh
the dominance between the two
snap.
boys. Anyways,
Oh
um,
snap.
do you want to say anything about how the youngest of the groups act? Because like Seven's always known for being kind of bratty, and
Yeah,
I don't
I was
think.
going to say that.
Oh, go ahead.
As
do you
a
think?
Sun fan, I disagree.
Why?
Um, I don't know. It's just become such a like archetype. I feel like these real life like people and real people, are dimensional, suddenly become these like, and I guess that's kind of the industry as a whole, become these like one-dimensional people. So like Sun's the bratty one, Baekhyun's the silly one, Chanyeol's the funny one, Suho's the dorky one, like never giving them really space to like let them be themselves and really like show off like their more serious sides, their more playful sides, their more like touching emotional sides. They're just stuck as like can only be this one way. And I don't even know, like, because of course I've joined the fandom kind of late, I don't even really know like where that started. I guess because it's like, oh, he's so sassy, haha. But I don't know. I just disagree with them being like. I get being bratty. I think is different from being rude, and I definitely don't think that's like at least Townsend's intentions. And I don't think that they would ever be truly rude. I think they definitely respect and like care about their older members, and I think they like can be childish and stuff because of course when they debuted they were like 18, which is like, although it's like
Excuse me.
technically legally an adult, it's still like a kid, like when you turn 18 you're definitely not an actual adult.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I just disagree with the rumors and stuff, and like so especially now that he's like gonna be turning 22 is still considered like bratty and sassy, and it's like, oh, move away, peasants. I've just always been like, why?
Yeah.
I also just think that SM's way. I don't know. I feel like they made these personalities for them, and I think that's what they're living in right now. But I
Yeah,
do think that Sehun's really playful. Like,
yeah,
that's for
Yeah.
sure. Like, he's just like that. And Tao, he could be playful, but he can also be emotional. So
yeah.
Yeah,
that's my
yeah.
point.
Well,
But of
like,
course,
there's
being
this,
playful is different from being, like rude or mean.
yeah, there's this blog on Tumblr that's actually started by somebody who used to be a Cordy in the K-pop industry. Messi, is that your mum? Okay, she's muted. Well, there's this blog that's started by a Cordy, who used to work with like lots of K-pop bands, and somebody asked her about how roles are given out to each person in the group, because you know how like you guys were saying they're given set roles. You know, you're the funny one, you're the visual, you're the blah 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 blah. So
Hold on,
she
guys.
said that. Okay,
Guys, I have to cook rice. So I'll be
Mercy
back.
has to cook rice. She'll be back.
Okay.
I'll
It'll
cook
be me
rice.
and Ginny.
It
Okay,
will be a
fine.
fun show.
No, but you guys talk. Bye.
Bye. But yeah, so she said that yeah, the companies do give the members a set role which they must adhere to because that's their role in the group.
Yeah,
So I
it's
guess
it's a way to appeal and like
yeah, but it
each
gives them
boy
something
is
to
like
achieve as well because they're like, you know, you're supposed to be like this, so you just improve in this area. Don't worry about that area. That guy's got that area, you know. So it's like it's a way of giving them less pressure, but it actually gives them more pressure because if you're the funny one, you need to be funny, obviously. And if you're not funny, you're not doing your role, which is like
yeah.
bad. So I guess in that sense, being the youngest, you naturally get put in you're supposed to be cute, you're supposed to be whiny, you're supposed to be a little bit bossy, sort of like that's like the package of the youngest of
Yeah.
every group. So I
And
think
you.
the reason they do what they do is not because they're like going over the top, they're like really, really rude all the time, but it's like part of the expectation that they need to be like this in order to fit into that role. So,
Yeah. Okay.
jiggle, jiggle.
More scandals. I guess I'll say
Yeah.
the next one.
Yeah.
So going back to the attention Mercy mentioned is
Mhm.
like and since their debut has been a big discussion basically, especially I've seen it so many times on Tumblr and stuff, is
Mm.
EXO-K and EXO-M like fairness.
Yeah.
Rumors like Chris doesn't like the members of EXO-K except maybe Chanyeol. SM having some type of bias for EXO-K, as in like an act, not like, oh, that's my bias, Chanyeol, but like an actual like opinionated bias for EXO-K. And of course, people have justified this bias by saying that SM promotes EXO-K more than EXO-M. I
Yeah.
think a really good example being EXO Next Door was like only EXO-K members got like
Yeah.
bigger roles and like had more airtime, when of course EXO-M members were just as available but did not have as much screen time and were not as involved in it. Even though of course they're one unit, it wasn't called EXO-K Next Door, although it was EXO-K Next Door, it was called EXO Next Door.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Mercy's back!
Mercy's
Did you cook
back.
rice?
Yes, Asians are really fast at cooking rice.
She loves it. Straight into the cooker. Set the timer.
I have a
Done.
rice cooker, okay?
Love the rice.
I just
cooker.
can't cook.
I think another thing that shows the bias is that EXO-K. So let's go back. So when they just came out, they started getting a lot of commercials and stuff like that. But they were
Oh my god, those weird.
they were all
Hey guys,
Korean commercials,
yeah,
and they were all EXO-K like dominated, as in EXO-M barely made even an appearance in any of their commercials. And
yeah.
the fact is that, okay, so EXO is a Korean band, but the reason they made an EXO-K and an EXO-M was that they could appeal to both Korean fans and Chinese fans, right? So that was kind of like the purpose of the group. Yet I felt like they kind of neglected the Chinese fans.
It's like EXO-K and the boys.
Yeah. So it was like,
and those 6 other dudes who are like a part of it, but not.
but the unfair
Hey,
thing
look at
is
Kai! Isn't he cool?
they like worked. So EXO-M worked really, really hard because they had what 4 members that were Chinese. So these members needed to learn Korean, needed to adjust to Korean culture, and like if you watch the first showcase,
Yeah.
Chris couldn't actually understand some of the Korean. Like he was still trying to adjust and learn everything. So obviously they'll be a bit slower. Like obviously when they did EXO Showtime, that was really, really good because they showed a fair amount of EXO-K and EXO-M. They even did that trip where they took some of the M members
That was
out
so
to see the
cute.
sites. So that was
I
really,
can't.
really cute. So
I don't
I
know
thought
how
if
to
they could
express my potato.
yeah, if they could do that into EXO next door and stuff like that, I thought it would have been better. So I don't
We
think the
have one
company is
person
intentional.
watching.
One viewer, hello. I feel like it could be Sienna.
Maybe more.
Wait, continue what you were saying.
Sorry. I don't think the company intentionally wanted to bias the groups when they came out, but it could have been because EXO-K was getting more love, so they made a business strategy to turn more attention to EXO-K than EXO-M. Like obviously there were a lot of things with fans being upset that EXO-M is not getting more attention or getting more roles and stuff like that. So I think over the last year or so they've given EXO-M members more opportunities, you know, like Chen doing musicals, Xiumin doing more shows, and Lei even having his own studio and stuff like that. So I think they're now moving back towards getting a more even EXO-K, EXO-M sort of workings. But I think,
They're picking up the slack.
yeah, I think the reason was it might have been a business strategy in order to earn more money to focus on EXO-K. So, I don't know, that's my thoughts.
Yeah, it's all
What are we
bunch of
talking about? EXO-K and
speculation.
EXO-M, right?
Yeah, bias.
With the
What you wanted to talk
similarities and
about,
the
lead attentions.
About the bias thing, I think SM has more bias with like EXO-K because they keep on accepting projects for K, but in China, if you go back like way back in 2012, I was there. I was fan since like 2011 when they were first formed, but you'll see that EXO-M is also getting like about the same amount of promotions that they want to do. I mean, same amount of offers, but SM is not taking them for some reason,
Yeah.
which we don't know. And also, the roles that I think Luhan and Chris maybe had now, they could have had that while in EXO. Oh, while they were still in EXO, but SM didn't pick it up. So I do think that they're focusing more on EXO-K, but I mean that's fine. It's not fine with me. I mean I'm an EXO-M bias, but if you do look back at how those groups are running, I think that EXO-M has more group dynamic than EXO-K. I mean,
Mm.
I love Kai, but like he's always at the center, and then there's like a disconnection between the members in EXO-K. While in EXO-M, if you look at Mama performances in comparison to EXO-K, you would see that EXO-M is more well-rounded, and even though they have different members that don't that have different things to offer, if they become like one unit, it's so amazing. Like you guys have to see that. I think new fans should go back and watch countless videos of like the old videos of EXO-K and EXO-M. You'll see the difference. I mean,
Yeah.
that's all I'm saying. I'm like the old fan here, but
Yeah.
Momo, that
She's a
includes you.
veteran.
So
Yes,
like I like started watch so I watched them from like the first teaser, and even from the teasers you can tell that they wanted to focus on certain members. Like Kai got so many
Kai.
teasers.
I don't
Some
mind.
of the some like yeah, you know like but like even some of the M members didn't even get a solo teaser. They did a teaser with Kai or they did a teaser with somebody else. Like Tao got his own teaser and stuff like that. But you can see that from the beginning they kind of already had a mindset of who they wanted the focus to be in the group. who they deemed would get more reaction out of people. So I guess it was set up in that way. But also another thing is in China, they don't have the shows and the promotions quite like Korea. So
Yeah.
actually in Korea, there is a bigger opportunity for them to promote because they do, you have all the music shows, the music banks, music, all that, all through the weekend. In China, there's not that sort of a schedule where they have that constant stage to perform on. If they wanted to do performances, they normally have to get invited to do a variety show. And I guess they get nervous putting them on variety shows because they have, like, companies have, like, very little control over what the members will say on the variety shows. And, like, you can tell that sometimes when they ask a question, the members are even hesitant to answer. So I think some of the reasons that maybe SM didn't take some of those offers was they were scared of what the members might say on the show and how that might damage their image, etc., etc. But yeah, like, I do believe EXO-M had more potential in terms of promotions and stuff like that, and their characters were, like, all the members were really different from each other, and they had a really nice dynamic going on, but I just don't think SM gave them the right opportunities and stuff like that, so...
But also, I think they had, like, I think they're, like, limited to what they can do because 2 of their members are Korean, and most of the time they would have translators. And if you look now, like Yummy Yummy with, like, Kai and Sehun, like, that's a Chinese show, but then what they do is that they have earphones that have translators, so they don't have to translate it real time, so they don't have to wait for the translations. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you go back to Chinese shows, which EXO-M were invited to, you'll see that they would, like, Chen and Schumann would say something and they would have to wait for these 2 girls behind them to translate, which is really, really inconvenient.
Yeah.
So I think that's also another limitation.
Yeah.
Modern technology is so amazing.
Yeah. But they still use the live translators for most Asian shows, not the one with the earphones. So it's just the way they've always done it. They do it for American stars. They do it. It's just, for them, it's just the way they've always done shows. So I guess it can't be helped in that sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. We got a lot left to cover. Let's not make it another hour-long show.
All right. Do you want to skip some?
I don't think we should. I think just, like, unless you have something.
Relationships. We should do that.
Okay.
Yeah, let's skip down to relationships.
I think it's funny. The girls' name one. Oh my gosh. Dio and is that her name?
Yeah,
I think it's Sojin. It's not Sojin,
she's from
but
Girls'
whatever.
Day.
I think it's because,
Dude,
like, they have,
she
like...
is such a babe. Sorry, just complete that.
Yeah, but I think she's old, right?
30.
She's like 30.
She's like 30. What the hell? She's gorgeous, and she, like,
Whatever.
skinny and
Yeah, I know.
Why can't I be like that when I'm 30? Sorry,
I think they got rumored to be together because they have the same ring, and then they were in the same place or something.
Fans are so crazy. Like, oh my god, they're wearing the same jewelry.
No, did you guys remember that report? So Dispatch did a report where they followed, like, 10 different top idols trying to find scandals, and one of them was Dio, but they followed him for a whole day, and he didn't do anything. And they got bored,
I remember
so they just left, because they were like, this guy...
Where is this?
I don't know.
I remember hearing about that.
It was going around in Tumblr, and it was on some, like, news sites. I don't know if I can find it again. But anyways, they pretty much concluded that this guy has nothing going in his life except for his career, and was like, bye, son. So, you know, that guy ain't dating nobody. That's for sure.
Work. By Rihanna's new album.
Well, I don't really mind them, like, dating or something. I mean, I think they look cute together. Whatever the age gap is.
I 100% feel like they should date. They are, like,
age is just a number.
Dating, and there is nothing wrong with that. They are human. They are just publicized, but they are still humans. So if they want to date, like, I am so supportive of them dating. So I have nothing against that. But if they're gonna pull up rumors which are just ridiculous. And they're obviously doing it to attack her almost, because I don't think Dio is going to get that much backlash from Girls' Day fans, because he really didn't. But like Sojin got so much backlash from Dio
Yeah.
fans. So
And
I
this
don't think it's a
is
rumor to attack EXO. It's a rumor to attack whoever they're pulling with EXO. So I think if they're going to do that, then I have some issues with it. But if it's them actually dating, I'm like, get it, son. Get it. Get in there.
get in there.
Get in there.
Do it.
Like I would want to go to like a concert and then they would go home after their concert to like their babes and then they're just gonna cuddle. Like I want people to comfort them instead of being alone in a room.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm
If
pretty
that's
sure they
just
cuddle
me.
each other though. Like,
Oh
pretty
shoot.
sure Suho just cuddles all of them. Like, I have this imagination where they have this giant bed and they're all just cuddling because they're like, damn, I need touch. I need comfort.
Isn't there like another like it's recent, I think it's 2 days ago, where this girl group member, I don't remember which one. There's too many girl groups, but this girl group, there's this girl group member. I think she got interviewed, and then she said she wanted to be in We Got Married with Sehun, and
Yeah.
and
And
everyone
everybody
just,
flipped out. Yeah.
yeah,
pretty
everyone
much.
just bashed her, and then
Everybody needs to chill out. That's
Well, it's not
my
the first time that's
motto.
happened. Okay, I think Sehun fans are kind of over the top as well, because there was a girl who went to high
You're
school with
coming for
Sehun.
me?
So this is like ages ago. You know how Sehun went to the
you're coming for
graduation?
Momo.
They were
Yeah.
coming for a moment. You know
I'm
how
like, I
Sehun
don't
went
think
to the
you realize
graduation?
I'm the most laid back seven stage you will meet. Don't even worry. Don't even worry.
So
Okay, go continue.
wait, Momo, if I have a question.
What?
If you get
Let's test Momo.
If you have a choice between $500,000 and Sehun, which one would you choose?
Hmm.
$500,000
They're my
buy
two
house.
favorite things, sound and money. The
Sorry.
money. You know why? You know why I would choose the money? Because then I can be
Why?
famous and then he'll notice me and then we'll just end up together, you know?
Okay. You'll buy him.
That's mainly a joke. But I'll
You'll
get
buy
the
him.
money.
Okay, I found it. Okay, so
I'll pay my own bills.
this girl
Okay.
from K-pop group Two Eyes, which is like not that great. She went to high school with Sehun. She sat next to him at his graduation because they're
Oh, I
next in
saw
line.
that.
Oh,
And
yeah.
she was talking to him, and they bashed the crap out of her because she was trying to seduce Sehun when she went to high school with him the whole time. And I was like, what? No freedom, all right? Chill, just a schoolmate.
Like,
And
please. I think there's also another one where like a girl wanted to sign his yearbook or something. It's such a thing with like yearbooks and graduation, but it's not a bad thing. But I don't know why
yeah,
they're getting possessive, but whatever.
I remember in 5th grade, I was like so wanting my crush to sign my 5th grade yearbook. And then after he signed it, I drew a little heart around his name.
Oh my
He was from
gosh.
Australia. Maybe
What if it's a small world and
Jenny is like
Janae
homies with
actually
him.
knows them? Knows him?
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
funny thing, Luhan's dad went to the army with my dad.
Oh shoot. Oh, there's a
Whatever.
There's a Korean movie in which like I don't remember the title, but I think two men went to the army thing together, and then I think they wanted their daughter and son to be together in the end, and they did. I don't remember which one it is, but
Cute.
you know, Ginny.
No, I've given up. That ain't the life for me. I do not want fans to bash me. I'm too scared. Mate, I care about my life. Sorry.
Too scared,
I
mate.
like him, but when it comes to my life, no. Pass.
Who will get married first?
Out of EXO.
I don't know. Can we continue with rumors? Let's wrap
Okay,
it up.
let's go. Let's go.
Wait, can I talk about Luhan being a father though?
Yeah, sure.
Oh my God, please.
Cause like,
Okay, in the meantime, I have business to attend to. It's a busy day.
Momo's
My
gonna go
parents
party.
decided to host a party, and they're like, Momo, come out. So BRB, whatever.
All right, do your thing, girl. Entertain them. So there's a rumor that Luhan left because he went back to his girlfriend and made her pregnant, and
Oh
they're having a
shoot.
baby.
How
Yeah.
would they even how would they even have time to do the thing?
How do they have time to do the do? I don't know, but yeah. So I
Unless
have so
unless the sperm
ridiculous.
flew. I don't know.
But yeah, so it was like instantly shut down because Luhan was like, the hell, like no way.
Hmm.
But like he named it as one of the funniest scandals for him because he was like, yes, I has a child. Yeah,
I've never heard of that news. Is that like I've never heard of that, by the way.
yeah.
It's the
So
first time
yeah,
I.
it's when did it happen? It happened mid last year when he like kind of just started going back, and somebody spread the rumor that he was going back to promote with his son and look after his son. So yeah,
Hmm.
that's the thing.
Can we talk about OTPs?
OTPs? Yeah, we can
Yeah.
talk about OTPs. What would you like to talk about?
I do wonder if it's like for real they're close or they're just doing it to please the fans or I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I think naturally, if you're living with 11 other people, you're going to be really tight with a few of them, right? Like, that's normal. Like, if you ever lived in a dorm, if you ever lived with other people in a share house, you're going to start making friendships. And you normally form friendships with people that you are naturally easier to get along with. So, like with, for example, Chanyu and Baekhyun, like, I feel like they definitely are friends because you can't be friends with somebody like that unless you genuinely enjoy their company because they are like a bit louder and they have a brighter personality. And if you want to if you want to force on the image where you are louder and have a brighter personality, I feel like their relationship would have cracked so much sooner. So I feel like they genuinely do care for each other and they genuinely have friendship. And I think most groups, it's natural for them to have friendship, and it's good that they have friendship because we don't want them to break up because they have fights all the time. So I feel like, they don't plan who they become friends with, they just are friends, and then we make a big deal out of it, if that makes sense. I don't feel like they go, okay, I want to be friends with you, and you're going to be friends with me, and that's just how it's going to be. Like, I don't feel like they vote on who their buddy is going to be on their first date. I feel like
Yeah.
they naturally become really, really close, and
Yeah, they
then we
just
as the
click.
fans, we recognize them, and we're like, oh my gosh, I ship that, and then we kind of make it bigger. I don't think they stay up at night reblogging Shuhan pictures like, yes, must dominate the searches with Shuhan.
But
So,
didn't someone in like a fan sign I think gave Sehun a fanfic? I don't know which one it is. I'm
oh yeah,
remembering
they
bits
tried
of
to send
information.
him a fanfic in one of their gifts to them.
I know like
So.
a Super Junior member got some fanfics and I think they find it funny and
Yeah,
really entertaining.
Okay, let's be honest, they're just like us, right? They're gonna search Google random stuff all the time in their free time, and they even say that they Google themselves and things like that. So I don't think it's
So who
uncommon that
does?
it's not uncommon that they come across fanfics. And I think they're well aware of the facts that there are fanfics about them, and I'm sure they take it lightheartedly because they know it's just fans, fantasizing, and if anything, they might even take it as a compliment because they're like, our fans care enough to write a whole book about us. If they get
But I
offended,
wonder
then people take it down normally. So yeah,
but I wonder how they feel like okay, let's say if I'm like Shumin reading a fanfic about me and Luhan.
yeah.
Like I'd feel awkward with Luhan now. Be like, oh, I shouldn't do that because I know that's gonna validate what's gonna happen in the Fed. I don't know.
I feel like the boys will be the type to be like, "Hey, Luhan, come here, come here. I'm reading this about you, bro, 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 bro. You got this? You want to read this
let's do
together?"
Let's
feel
do
like
this on this
they
next
would run
day.
around the dorms reading it out loud
Oh my
and then
god.
make real like I don't feel like they're the type to be like, oh, I'm very shy about this. I reckon they're the type to be like, guys, we should all read this. Next family meeting, we read fanfics together.
What if they have like a book club? Like they read like each chapter and then talk about it like the next weekend. Oh my god.
That's totally possible. Suo will read it every week, and then they can go home and discuss it, and then they can then evaluate it, and then they can read the next chapter. It's
They annotate it.
why not? That's their life. If it entertains them, they should do it.
Oh
I
my
think.
gosh. But I think there's like other members that are not as close as other ones. I think Kai and Schumann are not like close yet, I think. Like the awkward ones, but they could be close. I don't know. That's one
Well,
of
I
them.
think once again, it's personality wise. Like you're gonna have some people that don't get along with each other that well in that big of a group. So I don't think it's that they don't want to get to know each other. I think they still care for each other. This is what I want to say. I don't think that just because they're not tight that they don't care for each other. I think all the members genuinely care and love each other, but maybe they just some of them get along better than others. That's it.
Yeah.
Like it's not that Shumin and Kai don't talk all the time doesn't mean Shumin doesn't care for Kai or Kai doesn't care for Shumin. They obviously still care for each other, but maybe they just prefer talking to somebody else or are more comfortable around other people. Like that's natural.
Yeah.
I think that's completely natural in friendship and relationships. So
And I know Sehun and Suho are super close.
super tight, so
Yeah.
tight,
I
sleeping
can't think of
buddies.
I can't think of any other members that are not close to each other. I'm trying to think. Anyway.
But then again, like people that aren't close, and also you have to think about maybe the fans have said things to make them feel like they shouldn't be close. You know, because like
That's
to
sad.
some extent we do have an influence on how they behave because
Mhm.
we make them popular, if that makes sense. If there's no fans, then nobody's gonna rave over them. So it's what we say and what fans say can also influence how they interact with each other. But you know, I don't know. I think they all love each other and they're all great and have great friendships. So you know, Momo's back. She flew in from outer space. Momo.
Hello?
Hi.
She's
Oh.
back.
Anyway, we just talked about OTPs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's
Yeah.
next, I think?
Let's do the biggest one and
International-
finish on this.
What? Pet peeves?
EXO members being gay.
Oh.
I don't think
Gay.
they're gay. I don't know. I don't really care if they are or not. I love gay people. It's just But I think
I
the
think
fact
this goes back to culture because in Asia, gays aren't that accepted yet. In Western
Philippines
countries,
it
they're a lot
is.
more. Yeah, so in certain parts of Asia, it's better. Like in China, in Korea, and or Japan's better now. But mainly in Korea and China, they tend to avoid that question altogether. So like if
They're
your kid
just-
is gay,
yeah.
they know that they are gay, but they won't talk about it. Like they won't say anything about it. They sometimes, if it's really extreme, the family just disown the child, straight up. Like, bye, son, you are no longer my son if you want to be a daughter. Sort of thing.
They're just super conservative.
Yeah, that's just the way it is. And especially in Korea, because I do have a few very Korean friends, they are super touchy. Males and females, super touchy. Like
What's
it's just
that?
part
Oh,
of,
touchy. Oh.
yeah, that's just part of their culture. Like
They're very, physical,
Yeah.
I guess.
and it's not like every
Interesting.
physical thing they do is sexual. It's just that's just the way they are. Like they're very touchy. Like I've met my friend's grandma who doesn't know and she's patting my butt and I'm like, yes, pat my butt. I'm like, why not? Like that's
And then
completely
people,
normal.
interpret it as like, oh, they're so in love. OTP.
Or like
Yes.
Luhan is always like touching Shumin's butt, but it's fine.
Yeah,
It must feel
pat my butt.
nice.
I did
And even
that.
guys touching each other's butts, so normal.
Yeah.
My guy friends do it all the time. I'm like, okay. And they're like, what?
Back to the rumors that, because we have a list. So rumors like Baekhyun dated Taeyeon only to hide the fact that he was gay. Lay is homophobic simply because he says we are real men. Hunan was feeling distant or was distant because Luhan feared being mistaken for being gay and that his parents in China would learn this.
Oh my gosh.
Chris left the group because his friends in Canada thought he became gay.
Oh my god.
And also, some people thought that Tao considered himself a girl in a man's body, aka transgendered.
Who wrote this?
I don't
know,
like.
but it's
although we're fans, we are kind of complete strangers to these people.
Yeah.
And just like assuming someone's sexuality at all, assuming that like simply because they act away means they're gay or something else means they're straight, I think like just isn't our place to do. And like I think shipping can be kind of fun and cute, but taking it to such a serious level, like shoving it in their faces and bringing posters that say Kaisu on them and stuff, I just think isn't very appropriate. I don't know. I just like it's not our place to be trying to speculate and determine these things, and of course they may not even have it determined for themselves because in those societies and even in Western society, it's so heteronormative. And I'm sure like with celebrities like that and with that, you know, culture, it's hard for them to be anything else besides just straight or assumed straight. So yeah, I think all these like rumors are really weird, and it's like how do you even think that like he only like that Taeyeon was his beard? I don't get it.
Well,
So, yeah, there are a lot of crazy rumors, guys. If you
to
didn't
make
know.
this a little bit more crazier, not really, but like I was telling you, there's an ex-Cordy that has a blog on Tumblr, and she answers his questions about the K-pop industry, and she like somebody asked, is there a chance that there are gay idols, but they can't be gay because the company is like you are supposed to be blah. And she said that yes, there are a lot more people who are actually gay in the K-pop industry that aren't allowed.
Read that.
Yeah, that aren't allowed to be publicly be gay. Like, there's so many K-pop people, and I'm pretty sure there's a good handful who are gay, who are bisexual,
or who are just like not straight.
Yeah. You know, like, and that's fine. Like, they are, you know, some of them are like, what, 16, 17, 18. That's like the prime years to be working out your sexuality. Just because they're an idol doesn't mean they don't go through the same struggles as we have.
Yeah.
So, like, if they are gay, good for them. If they aren't gay, good for them. That's their business. Like, I feel sexuality is like a really personal thing as well. And like Momo said, we don't know them that well. So we have, like, literally no right to be making assumptions about their sexuality because it's really private, and whatever they are, that's who they are, and you know, we should support them as fans, but we shouldn't make speculations about them just because we're like, oh, they spend so much time cuddling, they must have sexual things
the way
going
they
on.
Looked at each other, OTP, it's so real, they ship it themselves. It's like, okay, honey,
I think it's just fans
sweetie.
not being open-minded about things and enforcing a fake identity on their idols. Honestly, is what it is.
Okay, so is that it? Is that the rest of the rumors?
Mercy just claps.
We talked a lot.
Is Lay dating Lee Soo-man? That's our ending.
Scandal of the century.
Bum bum bum.
His wife passed away?
I don't know. I don't keep up with him.
Something happened to his wife. He's very heartbroken. He's in a very delicate, sensitive place. And Lay, with his kind, healing heart, was there to fix it. OTP, I ship it so hard. Lay Soo-man. That's the ship name.
Lay Soo-man.
Lay Soo-man, oh my god. I didn't even like...
Thank you so much for joining. Happy Super Bowl. I hope the EXO Giants win. They already won.
Happy
yeah.
Chinese New Year to all the Asians.
Oh, yeah. Happy Chinese New Year. That's way more important than the
Yeah.
Super Bowl. So Lady Gaga did
Super
slay.
Bowl.
God, I don't know
I'm
what
ready
to
for the halftime show though. That's the only thing I watch.
Beyonce. I'm wearing a Coldplay shirt for some reason.
Damn.
Didn't they
Damn,
say like
Beyonce.
she's like gonna have a concert there and the football is like the opening act almost?
Yeah.
That's great.
Exactly.
I love Beyonce. I saw her live. She's my queen.
You see everyone live except EXO.
Okay, I saw one time. That's all that matters. BTS.
Okay.
BTS.
And Big Bang. Okay.
Big Bang.
Sorry. Thanks so much for watching.
Bang, bang, bang.
Bye.
Bye.